Is King Charles secretly trying to engineer a comeback to the disunited kingdom?
This isn't accidental, and it isn't emotional. What we're watching unfold looks deliberate. The question isn't whether a father wants reconciliation.
This is a deep strategy to bring Harry back.
It's whether King Charles is strategically maneuvering to bring Harry back into the fold. And if so, is that move less about family and more about power, control, and preventing Prince William and Catherine from completely eclipsing him?
Feels like he has to do the same thing. There's been a degree of competition from a PR perspective between the different royal courts. Can you just explain how that works and why it might feed into the narrative a little bit in terms of why Charles views William as a real threat? Because, of course, over the past year, he's basically said,
For years, royal households haven't just functioned as family units. They've operated as competing PR machines. Each court has fought quietly for favorable coverage, influence, and narrative control. King Charles has long viewed even his own sons as reputational threats. And while the relationships may appear personal on the surface, behind the scenes, they've been shaped by rivalry for media dominance.
Our royal family had been accused of these horrific, inaccurate allegations of racism, and they'd ran lots of pieces from Harry's book, which were just so vulgar.
When Harry returned to the UK earlier this year, something unusual happened. Other royals were quietly told to scale back their visibility. No major engagements, no moments that could steal attention. Suddenly, media coverage turned conspicuously positive toward Harry, despite ongoing lawsuits against those very outlets. That doesn't happen organically. That kind of coverage comes from the very top.
Harry and Charles may have an uneasy truce, because it's sort of like your enemy's enemy is your friend. And from a PR perspective at the moment, for King Charles, as bonkers as this may sound, given the issues that he has with Harry and Meghan, given the issues he has with Andrew and Fergie.
Here's the uncomfortable truth. From a PR standpoint, Prince William now represents the greatest threat to King Charles's reign. William is consolidating influence, stepping away from media manipulation, and signaling real structural change. That shift in gravity from Charles to William is destabilizing. And in that context, Harry becomes useful. Not trusted, not forgiven, but useful as a counterweight.
Coming back in any capacity is a massive problem, because we've seen every single activity or piece of charity work or event that Catherine and William do. We've got the grifty duo over in Montecito that then try and dominate. They try and take over.
Charles is making a profound strategic error. Instead of empowering his heir and modernizing the monarchy alongside him, he's clinging to control and reviving liabilities. We've seen this pattern before, with Andrew, with hesitation, with half measures. Leadership requires decisive action, even when it's painful. History shows that personal affection cannot override institutional duty.
Charles is making a huge mistake, because Charles's reign is, and this is me just being factual, it's very, very forgettable. And what we will see is when William eventually becomes king, there is going to be a huge, huge difference from...
When William becomes king, the contrast will be unmistakable. He is already operating differently, bypassing the traditional royal press, refusing to trade access for coverage, and understanding that public trust no longer flows through newspapers. The old model is dying. Social media, independent journalism, and direct engagement have replaced it. Charles aligning himself with legacy media and Harry risks leaving him isolated from the very public he needs.
Charles is only appealing to a very, very small slice of the public, and that is carving out a huge amount of people that he is ostracizing.
This is where the damage compounds. By prioritizing appeasement over authority, Charles weakens the monarchy's foundation. Reconciliation can happen privately. Governance cannot. Stability matters, especially in turbulent times. And right now, the perception is not of a steady hand, but of a king making decisions driven by fear of legacy rather than confidence in leadership.
Harry was always a construct of the palace, the jokey lad, the this, that. What you're seeing with Harry is who he is. He is showing you very, very clearly who he is. The carefully crafted and orchestrated image that people fell in love with, I truly believe is a construct of people working round the clock at the palace. Because if you look, we've seen who Harry is.
The illusion surrounding Harry has finally collapsed. The carefully managed image, crafted over decades, has given way to reality. What we're seeing now isn't transformation, it's exposure. And the tragedy isn't just personal, it's institutional. Because every time Harry is elevated without accountability, it reinforces the very instability the monarchy is supposed to prevent.